Will Levenson live outside the Yodome. Will Levenson here live outside the Hefner football facility, the center of the Florida football program. Will Levenson here at Hawthorne High School. It's the Hawthorne Hornets and the Gibbs Gladiators live here from Condron Ballpark. Will Levenson, back to you, Sean. And look at this lineup. Line is flowing out the building, line down the stairs. People are getting excited for this matchup tonight here in Gainesville.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. They are the top of the heap, the cream of the crop, the kings of the football world.
It's my first basketball game, to be honest, but I've been to a couple of football games, and it's really special.
This is your first basketball game.
Yeah.
So this is a historic moment right here. We are here at your first ever Gator basketball game, and what an honor it is. The number 2 team in the country set to tip off in just 10 minutes.
Down under at the Australian Open, a former Gator has made history.
So we just came from Billy Napier's National Signing Day press conference today. Just one commit, just one signee for the Florida Gators today. That was Caden Jones, a tackle from Louisiana. But the big story of the day, of course, Jaden Rashada, the former Florida quarterback signee that had his NIL deal refuted. The undefeated Hawthorne Hornets put up 48 points last week. Tonight, been a defensive struggle. 7-6 is our score at the half. A lot of turnovers here tonight. Back for the second half, it should be a good one.
Then in the AFC at 6:30 p.m., a rematch of last year. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, it's the Bengals, it's the Chiefs. Spot in the Super Bowl on the line. Great day of football coming your way this weekend. Few players were more impactful than former Florida Gator Kadarius Toney. Toney, a.k.a. the human joystick, fooled the Eagles defense with his pre-snap movement, getting himself wide open for the go-ahead score. But wait, there's more. After a Chiefs stop on defense, Toney reminds us all. Special teams, special teams, special teams. A 65-yard return for Toney. It's the longest punt return in Super Bowl history. A record-breaking performance from Toney, who forever etched his name in Super Bowl lore.
The Florida Gators basketball team's got a tough test tonight, playing the number 2 team in the country. The Tennessee Volunteers are in town, and it's a date with the Gators tonight at 7.
It was a great weekend for Gators on the gridiron, not so for Gators on the hardwood. Gator men's basketball fell flat to Vanderbilt Saturday, dropping their 3rd game in a row, 88-80.
But Will, it hasn't been the same story on defense.
You're right, Elise. No, it has not. And while we shouldn't push any panic buttons on the program as a whole, I would slam any and all panic buttons on the defensive side. In short, it's been bad, like eye-openingly bad. Florida ranks last in the entire FBS in 3rd down defense. Not just last in the SEC, last in the entire FBS, number 131 in the nation. 3rd down is the most important down in football. It changes games, it decides games, and Gator opponents get first downs nearly 53% of the time. Yes, we need to be patient and wait for Napier and Patrick Toney and company to get their guys, but it's hard not to criticize what has been the worst Florida Gators defense in the last 50 years. With the top-ranked Georgia Bulldogs next on the docket, Elise, the Gators will have to clean things up defensively. Ben Shelton, a former national champion with the Florida Gators, is on his way to the quarterfinal of the Australian Open. Shelton is the first American man in 20 years to reach a major quarterfinal before turning 21. The 20-year-old former Gator is the son of current Gators tennis head coach Brian Shelton. No Florida Gator had ever made the round of 16 in any major tournament before Shelton. In a back-and-forth match against fellow American J.J. Wolf in the early Monday morning hours, Shelton outlasted Wolf to advance. Shelton will look to continue his remarkable run when he faces American Tommy Paul tomorrow.
How might they be ready for this game tonight?
Hey, they're going to have to be. I'm not really sure, man, but we're going to see.
We're going to see a top 2 team coming to town. It ain't going to be easy, but we're going to do our best tonight. It is so great to finally hear the sweet sound of the crack of the bat once again. And here at Condron Ballpark, Gator Baseball is kicking off their 3rd week of preseason scrimmages ahead of opening day right here at Condron Ballpark on February the 17th against Charleston Southern. And as they hope and prepare to make a College World Series for the first time since 2018, head coach Kevin O'Sullivan said they've got to keep the noise and expectations out of the building.
Obviously, we're going to win.
Obviously. I mean, no question about it, right?
No question.
I have no doubts. You have no doubts.
I have no doubts.
Nobody has any doubts. They're not going to lose.